This is news that's coming in pretty red hot, and I think this is absolutely what Microsoft need. This is something that I feel like could change a lot of perceptions about Xbox, and I've noted this many times before. Like, Microsoft, no matter what they do, they're going to have the public eye on them, and the perception probably isn't going to be great. But the good news is, if something like this comes out, then and it ends up being true, and they come out and games come out great, you could see some perceptions change. But again, if Microsoft is truly allowing developers to kind of do their own thing, then you might start to see, games that still might not score amazingly well, or an aberration. They could go a whole year with games reviewing in the 80s and 90s, and the one time that they drop one that's in the 60s or 70s, people are going to fall back to the hate and to the nonsense, and that's super unfortunate. At the end of the day, Microsoft has come so far from what they used to be and where they used to be as a company, and as an Xbox owner, I have to say that they're much, much better off and in a much better place right now than they were in the mid 2015, 2016 with the Xbox One. They seem like they're in such a much better place. And, it's so weird to me. Like, Microsoft is like years ago conceded the console race to Sony, but it's like Sony refuses to let them do the thing that they want to pivot to in order to be successful without having to sell as many copies or as many consoles as Sony does. It's so ridiculous, but this is really great news. If you guys are looking for what Sony or what Microsoft is actually teasing, this is kind of a leak, sort of a tease. We'll see how you feel about it. Let me know which one you think it is. Is it a leak? Is it a tease? I don't know, but it's definitely damn interesting. Xbox's VP of Games Marketing, Aaron Greenberg, teases the appearance of two highly anticipated games ahead of Xbox Summer Games Leak, or showcase next month. Two of Xbox's most highly anticipated titles have been teased by VP of Games Marketing Aaron Greenberg on Twitter. Xbox has its annual Summer Games Showcase set for June 11th, with a Starfield presentation following directly after that. Xbox was set up to crush 2023 with releases of Starfield, Redfall, and Forza Motorsport. Now, after a red-hot start with Hi-Fi Rush getting shadow dropped to high praise in January, things slid downhill a little bit, with Redfall releasing to mostly negative reviews, unfortunately. With its annual Xbox Game Showcase just about a month away, Xbox has a chance to turn the year around, and it looks like some of the big games, titles like Fable and Perfect Dark, Avowed, Indiana Jones, and Hellblade 2, among others, have been revealed several years ago at this point, and many Xbox fans feel like it's time to finally start seeing these games in action with release dates actually attached. Or, I doubt we get release dates, because, some of the stuff, like the stuff that's releasing this year or maybe within the next 12 months, but I doubt we get a whole bunch of release dates. I think, if you come out with something, you go, okay, well, here's Indiana Jones, and then just put a, winter or holiday 2024 on it or whatever. I think that's probably the better idea. That way you can mess around with the dates a little bit if you need to, and that could mean just about anything, holiday, or put winter 2024 or whatever, because that's going to buy you a little bit of time just in case something does come up, rather than putting down a firm date and then having something go wrong. Now, the VP of Xbox Games Marketing, Aaron Greenberg, has updated his profile picture on Twitter with a new variant of Xbox logos that feature imagery referencing both Digitheory's Hellblade 2 and Obsidian's open world fantasy RPG Avowed. Now, at the center of the Xbox logo sits a large tree with roots running underneath and several bodies hanging from the branches. Those who have played Hellblade or have seen the trailers for the upcoming sequel know that the grim depiction is a clear hint at the Dark Norse world of Hellblade 2. Additionally, the Xbox logo are several airborne arrows, a potential reference to the Avowed reveal trailer, which followed a multitude of fire arrows as they soared through the sky. Out of all the upcoming titles Xbox Game Studios announced over the past few years, it would seem like both Hellblade 2 and Avowed are the most imminent. It's been 6 years since Ninja Theory shipped the original Hellblade in 2017, before joining Xbox in 2018. As for Obsidian, its multi-team setup allows for several projects to be worked on simultaneously, meaning Avowed was actually in the early stages of pre-production around 2019 when The Outer Worlds was rolling out. After the long-awaited Starfield lands in early September, Xbox doesn't have anything else set in stone for the final 3 months of the year. As of this minute, apart from the wandering Forza Motorsport, it's very possible that either Hellblade 2 or Avowed, or perhaps both, could set sights on Q4 2023 release dates if appearances are made next month at the Game Studio Showcase. There's been a ton of speculation that the Xbox world surrounding the potential late 2023 releases of Hellblade 2 and Avowed, and fans may not have to wait much longer to find out if it's true. Now, for me personally, I think if you have, if Hellblade 2 is in like a great state, and trust me, Ninja Theory, I don't really think they miss, you go with that later this year, and then you go with Avowed early next year. I think that's the plan that would make the most sense, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because then you can still, the second part of this year, Starfield, Forza, and Hellblade 2, I think all three of those games have the potential to be 90 plus rated games, right? I think Hellblade 1 is like an 89 on Xbox. Skyrim is like a 96 on Xbox. Forza, it varies, but 87, 88, 89. With a 6-year layoff between the last Forza Motorsport and now, there's no reason why that can't be a full-on 90 rated game. The Horizon games routinely get picked into the 90s, so it would make sense for that to happen. And, again, I just find it to be pretty credible that we would be seeing these games. And, for me, I think we could even see Dark Horse games that we don't even know about, or that we kind of have had hinted at before in the past, like Compulsion's game. They have a third-person action adventure game. Can we see some more from Indiana Jones? Yeah, it was briefly announced a few years ago, but will we actually see something from it? Contraband, what's the deal with that game? Are we going to see something from that as well? What about the IO Interactive game that they're working on? Are we going to see something for the Battle Royale Halo game? Like, there's so much that we don't know, and there's so much that's rumored, and so much that's, I know it's like you always have to take rumors with a grain of salt, because, again, we never know what's going to be announced officially, and sometimes things get canceled. Like, supposedly there was a game at the Coalition, a new IP that was being worked on. They got canceled before we even know about it, so of course we didn't end up knowing about it, but at the end of the day, it ended, supposedly it got canceled. So I think that is like sort of this weird situation that we kind of live in now. Is it's unfortunate when stuff leaks, but it's also kind of cool at the same time, and hopefully we end up getting more games. Like, that's, I think, the thing that all of us are looking for. We all want more games. We all want new games. We all want new game announcements. Obviously, it was a bad idea to do the whole, here, we're going to release everything in the next 12 months. That didn't work out for Microsoft, but at the same time, it's nice to see that people are kind of looking at this and going, hey, it's pretty cool that Microsoft is out here making some waves, and they got some interesting things coming and going. That's to be honest with you, to me, those are the games that are really going to get people to go, oh man, Xbox is really, they've really changed. They're really doing a lot of cool things, and that's really, I think, going to be the thing that changes things for Microsoft for like the long-term future and things like that. I think that's what those games, right? So the next 4 games released for Xbox are probably going to be Starfield, Forza Motorsport, Hellblade 2, and Avowed. And those studios that are making those games all have pedigrees and all do great stuff, and that's something that I think is going to really help them out tremendously. And I can't wait to see what the future brings, because I know it's going to be something awesome, and I know you guys are excited and things like that as well. So let me know what you all think. I'm going to link this in the description. How do you feel about it? What do you think if those are the next 4 Xbox releases? I'd love to hear about it. Rack 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.